Hey guys, welcome back. Have a look at this. Watch along and I'll see what I've been up to this week. Okay guys, I haven't done a lot of work. I've just put all the panels on. She's looking beautiful. Obviously I'm going to have combing down to here if you're just catching up. I'm Scott Matthews, building the Camel in Latrobe Valley, Victoria, Australia. Full-size Sopwith Camel, Rotec 2800 in the front here. Still has to be plumbed up. 2 Vickers for protection. And I still have to complete the interior, instrument panel, etc. From there back is basically complete. I've got the wings in the rack. I'm really tempted to put a smiley face there. See the eyes and the nose and the, anyway, you do that when you're in the hangar by yourself. Where are we up to? I'm working on the cowl lip. This needs to get cleaned up. And on the tank. Now, I'm not sure, I've had 2 or 3 goes, sorry, not the tank, the throttle. I've had 2 or 3 goes at this, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to make another design and keep it simple, stupid. But see how indecisive I am. I can't even decide whether I'm going to change my mind. Just playing with the throttle. I've worked out that I need, for my carby, I need a push for full throttle and a push for rich. So push to 100%, pull to idle, push to rich, pull to lean, push to rich. Yep. So they both need a push, which tells me the connection, if you like, goes up on top. So I was working on some sort of sandwich like this, which is basically a copy of the aircraft spruce one. But I've got all the hardware there, just need the time to put it together. So I'm sort of working on that in the background. Now, I spent all day yesterday spinning the wheels basically. I went down and I got the use of this stretcher to try and make this part here. And the way that went was something like test piece, cracked it, different radius. That's the stock I started with. Now, I thought that was going to be the hardest part actually. I did more than a 90, which is what I needed. I was really happy once I went over and borrowed a favour, the guillotine and the folder for a 1200 length. That's what I started with. I came up with that. However, it buckled out that way. And then I realised I'm using too hard a material, so had more of a play. No good. No good. Some softer stuff, cracked it. Whatever I was doing there, wrinkled that. Now we're getting somewhere. But this was 6061 and that took me probably 20 minutes and I need to get closer to this. And had another go and I only cracked this one 3 times. So also it doesn't sit how I want it to. Looks pretty simple, doesn't it? And you learn as you go. So, doing the apprenticeship once again, we are back to square one. I've been down to Bunnings Aviation Aisle, got some soft aluminium, and I'm going to have a go at that. Also, my throttle handles and some 12mm wood. That'll be for my throttles that I'll get to later. So I've drawn a 14-inch radius, which represents that inner cowl. Okay, I've marked every inch just to give me a guide. What I want to do is just keep consistent. Last time I sort of worked an area, then worked here and worked there, and then you end up with, so in theory, if I do every inch, I should end up with a nice radius, shouldn't I? So we're probably about halfway there. It's taken about 10 minutes, but I'm sneaking up on this one. I've wasted so much material so far. Just work slow and we'll get there. Okay, I think patience is a virtue. It's taken a fair bit of time, but there's my line. So this should, haven't done this yet. Look at that, drop-in fit. Make 2 more of them. Oh, we're close. Wow, that's a relief. And as it happens, I had a leftover piece, and you wouldn't read about it. It's near enough, I think. We won't know till final fit, but uncanny. But look at that, I'm pretty proud of myself. It's almost round. I'm going to clean up the edge now, and we might get some clicos happening. Okay, I just used my laser to give me a centre line through the prop hub. And I think I'll make a nice neat joint at 12 o'clock and the filler piece at 6 o'clock. Now, I'm tempted to tap this edge down. I'm not sure. Maybe I should drill and cleco and see what happens. And then I can tap a dapper if I need to. Let's keep it simple, stupid. We'll drill it first. What I want to do is what I would like to do is just a stagger row of rivets. So an outie and an innie and an outie, just purely for cosmetics. There is potential for this inboard one here to sort of nibble the edge or miss, and these ones will be the main ones. I'll see how we go. Beautiful. Okay, a lot of work there. I got that on, ready to rivet. I've gone full cleco on this guy instead of every second one. I just want to hold things right in place. I'll take one out at a time and rivet. Probably every second one and go around, doesn't really matter. I've given this a quick polish to get all the stretcher marks out of it. The pedantic way to be would be to polish that to full polish and then rivet it on. However, I've had enough of this, so I'm going to rivet it on and then we'll worry about polishing later. And what I could have done, I had 1 metre sections. Now what I know what I'm doing, I could have gone without this piece here, the little fill piece, which is about 6 inches, 5 inches. But I can live with that. I'm quite happy. Once it's all polished up, you won't necessarily notice. I could get the welder to drop a weld there and then grind it. Drop a weld there and grind it if I needed to. But if I don't point these things out, you guys won't know about it. So now I'm going to put the kettle on, stand back, and then rivet this bad boy. And then I think 90% of my sheet metal work is complete. Probably 98%. I've got to make a little panel down here. I've got a little opening here. I thought I could do better. So that's just, I'm just going to relieve this radius here a touch, and I'll just put a panel across there just attached to this one. I did notice on the other side when you walk up to the aircraft, it's got it's slightly bigger. You can sort of see a black triangle there. So I'll cover that up. Then it's almost time to pull it apart. Beautiful. Alright guys, nice and early, waiting for the fog to lift. A few of us are going for a fly, so I'll bring you along for a quick look. I won't film too much, but I'll show you the aeroplanes.
I just heard you sort of saying that'll be it. Yeah.
A nice Cessna 150, because that's what's written on the side. Home built Whitman tailwind. Righto, cruiser's back in the shed, back on the throttle quadrant. I've just cut this out, doing a combination of wood and metal. Now I should be able to just space, so I've got 3 bits of wood in there. I'm copying the aircraft spruce one. I should be able to just space, well, I'll use the handle actually. So that's the handle, I'll cut a spacer and that'll go in there, which will give me the exact space I need for the handle, will it not? And I've got some old leftover K&S brass tubing or aluminium tubing. I'll make that as my bushing for here. Alright, having fun, making a mess, but sort of got a throttle quadrant. What can I say? I just like having the dag hanging out the bottom, probably so I can catch on my leg, I don't know. I might cut that off, just gives me more edge distance on that bottom nut. And I've positioned the holes slightly off centre to allow my fork to swivel a bit more. So I'll hook that on now and see what happens. Okay, so got my throttle quadrant, just rough cut. Pretty happy with that. I did some lightning holes so that I can get to the split pins or nuts and bolts, whatever I'm going to use. And the I like the little like clevis in there. I just need to be careful that the heads of the bolts don't clash together. So I've got 1/4 inch there, that's fine. Probably need to stain up the wood and protect it in case it gets wet and would swell up. I just went with washers in between to space the handles out. I chickened out. I was going to use a bit of the handle as a spacer, but it gets it too perfect. So you want to, I've got about a 1/16 clearance there. I've left the handles really long because I'm not sure where I'm at with that at the moment. I might potentially, the reason I've got a forward, because the holes, you'll note here, the hole is slightly off centre, just to give them my clevis or whatever, like a quick link, to give that more travel, if you like, but it stays horizontal through the throw, which is what I wanted. Probably overthinking this, but I get enough travel now on both, and that saved me a couple $100, which is good. I left a bit poking out the bottom. I don't know, it's probably more. So I've only got 10mm edge distance here. I just wanted to have a bit more. Gives me some freedom to drill another hole if I want to raise or lower it, or do whatever I need to do, or just make another handle. And now it's got a date with the belt sander. I'll round all the edges off. You can see how I've kept orientation correct. However, that'll have to come off at some stage, so I have to do some sneaky little marks on the inside so it all goes back exactly the same way. But for a couple of hours work, really happy with that. I'll have the throttle on the inside, mixture just hidden against the wall. I'll probably bend the handles slightly away from each other. I may have to hop in the cockpit and just work out whatever feels right for me. Alright guys, that's the end of another few sessions. Good day flying today. About to close the hangar doors up as an aerobatic boy takes off. Thanks for watching. I think I should have enough there for a video. So from here, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish off the throttle quadrant, stain it up and paint it. That's probably best part of tomorrow. Sit there and look at my aeroplane. I might do some schematics, electrical and oil fuel systems, work out what I need, do a bit of a shopping list. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.